most important thing is that so people should be careful about cleaning. So you see, like even in our region, cleanliness is like our half faith. But unfortunately, mostly in like remote areas, so people are still not caring too much about cleanliness. So they don't wash hands, they don't have proper even soaps and detergent too. So yeah, this is the biggest I think challenge is that. So when they, I mean, first they don't know, and then second, if they don't care, so then it's very easy to get this infection. Yeah.
Very good. So I'm little curious to know, we have a massive campaign in Pakistan, and like after every few months there is a vaccine campaign in our country in which we are vaccinating our kids. So if we are not doing this, like if we are not launching this vaccination campaign, do you think the cases can be increased? And how much like cases can be go like recently in Pakistan, if you know the data, there are 17 cases reported in different districts of Pakistan, especially more in Balochistan. So if we are not launching this campaign, so what do you think? Because the challenge is very hard actually to launch this kind of campaign in a country because we have different regions and reaching out to all those regions. So what do you think? How effective is this campaign, and if we are not having this kind of campaign, then what could happen?
Yeah. So this polio virus, pretty much like this entero virus. So it's same like other, for example, flu virus, even this coronavirus. So there might be possible like many people are infected with this polio virus, and yes, 70 to 80% people they are symptomless. So there's no symptoms. And even like if people like other remaining, if some people get symptoms, that's very minor, like a headache, just like flu-like symptom, maybe diarrhea, so a little bit fever. So very less people, like less than 1% people, they get severe like symptoms when they get infected. For example, if it infect brain or spinal cord, so then they will get some. So it means there might be a huge population might be getting, and also if their immune system is strong, they might be naturally immunized. So yes, and to completely eradicate again, like yes, it is possible. So how it is possible? Like it is possible, like if like every child which born, because although everyone is susceptible to this virus, but still mostly kids they are more like newborn, they are more susceptible. So if people go for vaccination, so another thing, yes, beside vaccination, I think healthy society is very important. Like if you, for example, even literature show like recent research published in Denmark, so they done, although study they done on some Danish population, but they found like people from very old time, like before 1950 who born and who got this polio. So they said like people who have primary immune deficiencies, so they are highly likely prone to go even for these severe symptoms like brain infection. So yes, unfortunately, I think in Pakistan, big population is malnutrition, and also their immune system might be not that strong, mostly in kids because kids. So like I give you a few example. Like for example, a lot of kids are born in here by C-section, and when you born by C-section, and then if doctors are using antibiotics for mother, so first line of defense for kids is these antibodies are colostrum from their mom. So when they use antibiotics, they will kill these probiotics and kill these, like these healthy bacteria which can actually give immunity to kids. And it means that a lot of newborns, their immune system is very weak because they didn't get anything from their moms. Even yeah. So it means most of Pakistani, mostly in remote areas, so newborn population is immune deficient, and it's very easy for them to get any infection, not only polio.
Right.
So yes, so the best solution would be without vaccination. We should have a healthy population.
Mm-hmm.
So people should be well aware that's very important. Like even mothers to have a balanced diet, so they born kids with like a proper development, and when they born, they should give them this first line of defense like their milk,
Mm-hmm.
and that milk should actually contain these probiotics. It should not be killed by
The
these
antibiotics.
antibiotics. Yeah.
Right. Yes, I totally agree with you. And the recent statistics, I think I should also share for the audience that in Pakistan, like few years back, in the last report, there was stunted growth of around 44%, and that has reduced to around 40%. Still, you can imagine like 40% of our kids they have the stunted growth. So that's a bigger challenge. And on the other side, another big challenge is the breastfeeding. So like it's so strange that according to recent statistics, even it's not 50%, like not 50% mothers they are breastfeeding their child. So you can imagine the state of a healthy child without the breastfeeding. So in this scenario, when we have like malnutrition, when we have stunted growth, when we have less than 50% of this breastfeeding, so what do you think, how we can improve the situation, how we can have the healthy kids with a proper immune system working, so we can like not only the polio, but we can like prevent other infectious diseases in Pakistan.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, yes, it's again unfortunate. So you see, like 50% of women, they're not giving their milk to kids, and formula milk will never have that immunity
Mm-hmm.
which mother can transfer to their kids through milk.
Right.
So as I mentioned previous, so yes, so mothers actually can transfer these antibodies
Mm-hmm.
to their newborn. So if even if they have vaccine of polio, or even if they don't, they might have been exposed and they have developed this immunity, and their antibodies actually through blood it can go to newborn.
Right.
So it's a very important, like I think first line of defense for mostly in this newborn population could be mothers should give their milk to newborns.
Mm-hmm.
And for that reason I think it's also important to give awareness to our population that they should try their best to go for natural birth.
Right.
So because mostly in C-section it's hard then for moms to even develop this milk.
Right.
And also because of antibiotics and different reasons,
Hmm.
things are complicated.
Right.
So yes, first this thing will definitely help. Second, again, like a balanced diet is very important. So overall, if we see that so people don't eat balanced diet. Balanced diet means in our daily life. So we should have everything, like when we need protein, we need carbohydrates, we need vitamins, we need iron. So everything like should be food should contain all ingredients.
Mm.
So that actually boosts your health and boosts your immune system.
Mhm.
So if mother immune system is strong, it will seem will give strong immunity and also good growth to kids. And same like once after newborn or even overall population, if they are using balanced diet, so it will boost their immune system. So yeah, immune system play major role in all viral diseases, because you see like mostly when there's infection from virus, so first line of defense is your primary immune response, so which is based this interferons. So yes, and if you are if your primary immune response is strong, so it will little bit cover the virus, and then after 7 days, after few days, so your secondary immune response like antibodies based, like where then these T cells, T cytotoxic cells, they get involved, and they will start killing virus. And there are memory cells, then they will remember this virus forever and always use as a memory to attack on any virus when it come back.
Right.
So yes.
So I think now we shift a bit towards the vaccine, because vaccine is a very hot topic in Pakistan, and There's a lot of effort from the government right now launching the campaign. And I think first we discuss a bit about the technical side. So what is vaccine and what is the polio vaccine? What is it comprised of? And there is a lot of myths about the vaccine that it's not safe. Some people says, and even I used to get the calls that it may contain something which makes you infertile. Some people are concerned that they contain something which is not halal versus haram. So kind of thing. So there is a lot of myths about the vaccine. So being like you and an expert and you are a virologist, so can you please shed light about what is this polio vaccine and how safe it is?
Yeah. Vaccine in simple term, we should use just to try to understand. So, like mostly viral vaccines. So, like initially people were using this virus, for example, they kill the virus and dead virus. So they use this dead virus to inject in your body.
Right.
So even though it's dead, but still it has like its component, like it has its genome, it has its protein. So and when you inject in your body, so our immune system will recognize it as a foreign like particle or like an enemy, and immune system will start actually fighting back. And when it will fight, although it's dead, but immune system will detect it as a threat. So it will create like, and in virus there are some parts which are we call antigenic, so which produce antibodies, and which actually our immune system sense as a threat. So our immune system will make antibodies against this threat, and then most of the time these antibodies stay quite longer. But even if antibodies finish in our blood, so we still, there is another part of immune system we call memory cells. So and that memory cells will remember this that antigenic part of this virus, and the memory cells are always there. Even they will transfer this information, like no matter they are making new cells. And whenever in future if there is real threat like a live virus come, so there might be still antibodies which will attack on this virus to kill it. Even if there is no antibodies, memory cells remember, so they will be very quick to help to develop these antibodies and secondary immune response to kill this virus. So I mean, and another these days, like there are different type of vaccine. Means old time people are using these we call inactive or killed virus vaccine. So and then second they were using like we called attenuated, like a weak virus. So they use different chemicals, so mostly aldehydes, and they make it weak. And also sometimes they, like a lot of viruses, they are not infectious to some, for example, animal cells. So they keep growing like continuously until virus get very weak. So and now they use weak virus, so to like create this immunity in our body. So that's the attenuated vaccine. In case of polio at the moment, yeah, these are two types of vaccines. So one is this inactive, and other is this mostly this oral based vaccine actually. So this is this actually that's a live vaccine. So another thing what people there are also different type of vaccine, but in polio these are the two main types.
Right.
So these are latest technology, people are using RNA based vaccine like they make for corona. So purpose of all these vaccines is to again to introduce some sort of that viral either particles in form of weak or dead, to just activate our immune system, and the immune system will remember it, and in future it will be very protective. So that's the purpose. So yes, I think if some people might have concern about they use some extra ingredients in these vaccines. So there could be some preservatives, there could be some adjuvants, and there could be some chemicals which are actually increase the antigenicity, which because of that chemicals immune system will be more active. So yes, different companies use different. In case of polio vaccine, so mostly they are using adjuvant which is polymer based. So most of the time they don't have any side effects. So they are, even a lot of polymers are biodegradable, even some are natural. So yeah, they don't have any health issues. So yes, maybe for example there was a big a campaign about COVID vaccine because it's an RNA-based vaccine, and they are using like artificially designed double-stranded RNA, which are using it. So that's another topic. So, but at least according to my understanding and knowledge, in polio vaccines they use this adjuvant and use some preservative just to that because it's a live weak viral vaccine, so it should preserve that virus.
Right.
So yeah, and I don't see as a virologist that there is any issue. Yes, there is one issue actually that's important to discuss, and actually that's the one thing even WHO and even other scientists, mostly virologists and immunologists, they are concerned about. So because it's a weak virus, it's a live virus,
Right.
and there are some like cases reported. So where because you're giving live virus, and if this live virus replicate and and get mutation and replicate, and then when it go out through this person which was vaccinated, it could be infectious to that person which is immune deficient,
Right.
whose immune system is weak.
Mhm.
So when other person who infected with this even vaccine based virus,
Right.
and if his immune system is weak, so virus for him is active,
Right.
and there he will replicate, virus will replicate very fast,
Mhm.
and it can infect that person, it can even like develop symptoms.
Mhm.
So these days actually they are also, I believe that a lot of these, even this new vaccines, so they are also adding this type of virus. So like in case if someone with immune deficiency, that people, if that person is vaccinated,
Right.
so that person will be with resistance. But again, it's unfortunate a lot of population is not vaccinated.
Okay.
So yeah, they can easily get infection.
So two technical questions. One is you have answered a bit about that, and another is like another very technical thing that most of the people ask, and that is one thing is just like you have mentioned that there are two type of vaccines now. One is the attenuated one, and one is the inactive one that are being used, and that were developed long ago. It was developed like in 1950s and 1960s. So still we are using that technology. So as you mentioned that we can go for a better technology that may be more effective, especially for those people in which with the weak immune system and virus can replicate in those. So I just wanted to have like a very short answer on that, like how we can go for a better vaccine because the vaccine which were developed, they were developed long ago. Another is like for most of the vaccines that we discuss is like we normally give 1 to 3 doses, mostly 2 or 3 doses. So first is like we give the immunity, and another is the booster dose, or the third one is the booster dose after like 6 months or 3 months. So in this case, the scenario is different. In case of polio, we are using the multiple, like we give at the birth and after a few weeks, and then it go after months and so on, and after like every 3 to 4 months we have another campaign. So we are giving vaccines and vaccines and vaccine to our kids. So why it's so different in case of polio as compared to the other vaccine? Just like if we talk about recently like the COVID vaccine, and normally people used to get 2 or 3 doses, but in this case we are getting the multiple doses. So what do you say about this?
Yeah, I think one reason is that because vaccines, which are these polio vaccines, so antibodies don't stay too long.
Right.
So like that's the reason even I think till 4 5 year old, so they keep giving this booster doses.
Right.
So yes, and other as you mentioned that what could be the better option for vaccine. So I think the latest technology has the better options. Mostly even so a bit older is like viral vector based vaccines where actually there is no virus, but what you do, so just use some component of virus. For example, you use some G protein from them and some other thing, just so it is actually pseudo virus, and you put only antigenic part of the virus. For example, if there's polio, so polio has 3 strains. You can just simply take antigenic part of these 3 strains of polio virus and put in this viral vector, and it will give you same results like where you are using as a like 3 strains of virus. So this is one thing, and latest technology is RNA based technology is actually more efficient, and I mean there is no any because it's not virus, it's no even particle. So it's just like they simply design this double-stranded RNA, which inject, and our immune system sense it as a that threat, and it make antibodies, and even in this they have a better immunity. So antibodies stay longer. Yeah, maybe we should recommend actually WHO and some other authorities which are involved in this production of vaccines. They should use these modern technologies. Also, I would highly recommend Pakistan, because it's the issue of Pakistan. So research and development should be Pakistan based.
Right.
Unfortunately, there is no research and no production at local.
Actually, this is the next question I wanted to ask you, that being a virologist, what do you think, what kind of research is going on in Pakistan, and how much effort we should put, especially like polio is our problem now in the world, and wherever we go internationally, they say, oh, polio is there in your country. So I think if something is there in our countries, and then we should put more efforts. So what do you think, what kind of research work is going on right now in Pakistan, and what further effort in research and development we should do?
I give you example to answer your question. So I just I read one recent report about this polio and primary immune deficiency patients.
Right.
So it's published from Denmark. So and they actually use some patients, because Denmark don't have any polio active cases. They use some patients
to prevent smugglers.
So
Aftab has become the 33rd Foreign Secretary of Pakistan. She assumed the charge of her office after the